Hi, my name is Alexandria, and welcome to my very first YouTube episode. I wanted to create a channel that really focused on perfumery and fragrance and just all things that smell really good. I feel like the current state of YouTube content creators and just perfume influencers is a bit oversaturated. We often are hearing about the same type of perfumes or fragrances, or their content is just focused on a PR haul, where I think the true kind of passion behind fragrances can sometimes be a little bit lost. So I felt like there was space for a channel like this to kind of really cater to more of the fragrances that aren't talked about as much, and just focusing on kind of new discoveries and sharing of different fragrances and perfumes. So if that is something that you are interested in, excites you, you want to be a part of, I invite you to join, to like, subscribe, all the things, and share. This is nothing that is pretentious. This is just kind of a safe space for us to talk and discuss and really just kind of dive into all things fragrance. Do you see my puppies back there? This is Astro. And then Cooper is down here. You can't see him. But anyways, I am super excited about starting this channel. Let me give you a little bit of information about me. I have been collecting perfume probably for the last maybe 5 years. I've always been a huge lover of all things that smell good, from body lotions to body sprays to, perfumes to candles, all those things. But I really kind of dived into perfumery like within the last maybe like 2-3 years, like right around the pandemic, like probably most of you. I have a decent sized collection. It's a lot more than probably the average person, but I think as it stands right now, everything serves a purpose. It has a place. Okay, so I felt like it would be a really great way to start off this channel by sharing with you all a few of my, what I call, springtime masterpieces. Now, masterpiece is very subjective, I get that, but for me, these are the fragrances that really just bring light and joy and feel good, happiness, all the good positive feelings. When I smell them, when I wear them, sometimes they evoke a memory. And so I felt like, let me just share fragrances that I absolutely love wearing in the springtime. A few of them definitely can transition into other seasons, but for the most part, I have been associating them with the springtime weather. So let's go ahead and get started with my OG. This is my baby. This is by Nest New York, and this is Dahlia and Vines. Now, I have probably gone through maybe 6 full-size bottles of this particular perfume. Unfortunately, they are discontinued, but I think you can still find them on like certain websites or on Mercari. But this is 100% my favorite, like just floral springtime fragrance. This has notes of peony, rose, narcissus, grapes, and white musk. And really, I get a lot of sweet greens, and it's very powdery. To me, this is very unique smelling. Every time I've worn this, I've gotten a ton of compliments. It wears really, really well in like warm weather. There's something about it that is super seductive and sexy. You're not gonna smell like any other person around. There's something that really just kind of makes it really special, especially when you have it on the skin. It hugs you, it makes you smell almost kind of ethereal in a way. It's floral, very floral, so you have to enjoy those types of, that scent profile. But if you can find this, I 100% recommend testing this one out. I have a backup bottle because I never want to be without this one. I hate that it's discontinued. Nest, please bring this back. But yeah, this is good. I love the packaging too. All of Nest's New York perfume packaging is top tier to me. It has that soft black matte bottom, or on the back of the bottle, and then it has the artwork. It just looks very pretty on your vanity or wherever you store your fragrances. I love wearing this one. Okay, so next on my list of springtime masterpieces, this is coming from the house of Haram Green. This is called Vivacious, and this literally translates to springtime in a bottle for me. I love smelling this. It smells so beautiful. It really does smell like spring. So this has notes of violet and orris and carnation. There's some bergamot and some amber in here. And really, to my nose, it smells like a spicy dandelion chamomile root tea with a little bit of lemon and some honey to kind of smooth it out. Oh my goodness, this is so good. It reminds me of like, you know, the weather is gorgeous and everyone is outside tending their lawn and gardening. You really get that really kind of medicinal, earthy smell from the carnation, a little bit peppery, but that orris fruit definitely makes it fluffy and powdery and adds a little bit of kind of fluffiness to the overall fragrance so it's not super, heavy from that pepper. Oh man, this smells so good. I hate that this has been discontinued. I think it needs to be studied on like why all of the good scents get phased out and it's like replaced with something else. I don't know if they're replacing this with something else, but I love the House of Haram Green because I find that their house is really intentional about the fragrances that they create. So I definitely want to get my nose on some other offerings from them. This will definitely be staying in my collection and will be regarded as a springtime masterpiece. I don't know what witchcraft was done in creating Narco Oasis by Narcotica, but whew, I literally get goosebumps whenever I smell this. Damn, that is that is so good. Um, you have to like passion fruit. You have to like fruits. This to me is not a summertime fragrance. Oh no, it is too decadent. It is too thick. It is too rich for summertime use, in my opinion. This is a strictly springtime, maybe early summer, depending on where you're living. Can this be tolerated? This is the ultimate tropical, fruity, gourmand fragrance, in my opinion. Hands down, a masterpiece. This has notes of passion fruit, blood orange, blackcurrant, vanilla, pear, peach, tonka beans, brown sugar, jasmine, iris, vanilla, sandalwood, musk, amber, and blonde woods. This has literally everything I love about perfume. The notes in here are so good. Oh my gosh. I want to spray this down, like spray this on me right now. This is so sexy and so sweet and so juicy. The performance, the longevity is top tier. You can spray yourself down with this, and I promise you, you spray it on like 9 o'clock in the morning, by easily 7, 8, you're still smelling like the first spray. This is amazing. This is a ultimate warrior fighter, beast mode, bombastic, fruity sillage monster. This is so good. Next on my list is going to be from the House of Creed. This is Carmina. This is a newer release. I think it came out sometime last year towards the end of like 2023. But this has a very prominent note to my nose of black cherry. Black cherry, saffron, pink pepper, May rose, peony, violet, cashmere and wood, musk, and ambroxan, myrrh, and frankincense. And this is a fragrance where I can literally smell every single note used, but it's all well blended. This just smells like seduction and sophistication and class. The girl who wears this has her bills on autopay because she had it yesterday, today, and she'll have it tomorrow. This is really, really good. It's so classy and just like elevated. I love wearing this one. I just feel like put together and like the best version of me. Funny story, me and my mom, we were at Bloomingdale's when we first sampled this, and I remember the sales associate, she, sprayed it on our arms for us to test, And as we're walking throughout the mall, finishing our shopping, me and my mom just kept like getting whiffs of each other. And we kept trying to decide who was going to get their first bottle. And I got my first bottle, and then I ended up gifting her one for Christmas, or we ended up gifting her one for Christmas rather. But I love this. This is so good. I love Carmina. It's such a well done, just pretty girl, sophisticated, classy, elevated fragrance. Definitely wears really beautifully in springtime, and great for date night. Now, I don't want to butcher this name because French is not my first language, but this is The Ghost in the Shell, and this comes from the house of Itat Libre d'Orange. I'll put the name on the screen, of course. But this is a springtime masterpiece in my eyes because it's one of the few lactonic, musky, molecular fragrances that really work well in warm weather, in my opinion. This is not for everyone, for sure. Do not blind buy this ever. But if you ever get the opportunity to test this out, or if you have tested it out, let me know what you think, because I feel like this is a very polarizing scent, only because of that lactonic milk and skin scent or skin note. So this has notes of aqua, yuzu, hexoacetate, milk, skin, jasmine, vinyl, and moss. And this smells like nothing I ever smelled before. It's very clean, but also a little bit sanitary, if that makes sense. It has a futuristic quality to it, only because I get this kind of very metallic, very, the word that keeps coming to my mind is like sanitary, like very clean almost to where it's like squeaky, where you can like actually kind of like feel that squeaky clean, so that kind of textural component to it. It smells like really well moisturized skin, fresh out of a shower. And the body cream or lotion that you're using is extremely hydrating, very thick and rich. I would even maybe say like it's like goat milk lotion or something that's just very like fatty and very kind of lactonic. This is really pretty. I love wearing this. I feel like it works really well with my skin chemistry, and it's one of the few lactonic and kind of like your skin but better fragrances that translate well for me in warmer weather. But I really do enjoy this. I think this is one that I will for sure forever have in my collection, and 100% is a masterpiece for the springtime. Okay, so next on the list is my baby. This is Tardes by the house of Garner, Barcelona. This is probably one of my most complimented fragrances in my entire collection. Yeah, this is really good. This has notes of almond, Brazilian rosewood, rose, plum cedar, celery, heliotrope, tonka bean, and musk. This just smells like a very soft whipped almond. It's super airy. And it feels delicate, but it also has a lot of presence in it. The sillage on this is very like, it's almost like hypnotizing. I kid you not. I remember I had a dentist appointment and I was running late for it. And I was getting dressed and I grabbed a fragrance and I just, sprayed myself. And as I'm walking to the train to go to my appointment, I just remember every time I would walk by another pedestrian, they would comment on my perfume. I kid you not. Even on the train itself, I was getting a lot of compliments. And then my hygienist at the dental office even commented on it and wanted to know what the name was so she could purchase it for herself. But Tardes is just one of those fragrances that is very ethereal. Again, it's so powdery and almondy and light, but again, it really does have that presence because the sillage on this, she goes far. She extends. She doesn't play. Her performance is top tier. And it's just such a pretty girl scent. Like, it's so pretty. I keep thinking like, oh, wow, you smell really good. Again, this just smells like very put together, very clean and sweet. That almond note is the star player, and the heliotrope only supports it further. I don't get too much of the musk in here. I get some woods, but again, it's the almond and the heliotrope really do kind of overpower it, in my opinion. They are the the stars in the show. But yes, Tardes by Garner Barcelona, definitely one of my favorites. Definitely works well in springtime. Get your nose on it if you haven't. So last but not least, if I had to pick a signature scent, it would 100% be Ormond Woman by Ormond Jane. I want to forever be remembered as smelling like this. I remember the very first time I smelled this, and it's almost like everything made sense. Dramatic, I'm sure I'm being, but in my head, that's how it played out. Ormond Jane is a chypre fragrance, and it has notes of grass and coriander, hemlock, violet, jasmine, vetiver, sandalwood, and amber. This just smells so good, like put together, class, sophistication. It's sweet, but it's not juvenile. I feel like this is the perfect blend of all of those notes together. Because when you look at the note structure, you don't think, oh, this is going to make sense. But no, this translates so well. I think for my particular scent profile, I really do tend to lean towards more aromatic or more kind of even medicinal green florals. And this to me really does capture all of that. This works so well in the springtime. Again, this extends beyond masterpiece for me. This would be a signature scent if I didn't have so many other, perfumes. But this is so beautiful. I love this. Ormond Jane is a really solid perfume house too. They have a lot of great offerings. I'm a big fan of Sakura Blossom and also Frangipani, but I absolutely adore this. I'm gonna wear this tomorrow. I had to slow down only because look at this dent. The dent is denting. And I do want to make sure I have some for the foreseeable future. But this is a really, really great fragrance and definitely a masterpiece in my book, and definitely signature scent worthy. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am so excited about creating future content for you guys and with you guys, but definitely put down any type of content that you would love to see from me going in the future. And then also let me know some of your springtime masterpieces. Until then, I will see you next time. Bye.